Okay. Welcome back, everybody, and today we are back with another 10-minute review. Like I said I would be. I didn't upload that quiz, though, but another 10-minute review. And, well, today we're reviewing NXT from June 25th, 2024, and what an episode it was. Let's get into it. Okay, so my thoughts on NXT. Well, what a show. There was so much going on in this show, and there was so much happening. Like, that's the one thing about NXT, I feel like they have just as many storylines as Raw, if not more, but they do it in 2 hours instead of 3. Like, it's crazy. And, well, Raw has more storylines than SmackDown. NXT just does it so much insaner. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Let's tackle the biggest thing immediately. This NXT title match at Heatwave. They have finally gotten us the match. Originally, it was set to be Trick Williams versus Javon Evans after Javon beat Trick. After Javon won the Battle Royal. Was that last week? Feels like 2 weeks ago. After Javon won that Battle Royal. But then Ethan Page beat Javon Evans later that night. So then obviously Ethan Page was pretty upset. And well, we got to tonight. And they did a nice little promo thing with Ethan Page coming out. He was saying how he beat Javon Evans. He was saying how he wants a title shot. All that, right? That's when Ava came out, addressed Ethan Page, saying, "Oh, we get what you mean by all ego." I didn't think that was that good of a line. But it's whatever. And that's when Shawn Spears came out. Because if you don't know, Shawn Spears was in that big little thing they did last week where they kind of teased the Fatal 4-Way, you know? And well, then Trick came out and Trick told Shawn to shut his bum ass up. That was pretty funny. And well, we got Trick Williams versus Shawn Spears in the main event, and Shawn Spears won. How'd he win, you might ask? Well, Ethan Page was on commentary, but he was taken out pretty early because of Oro Mensah, who cut a beautiful promo about his past. It was so random, but it was so good. You could tell how heartfelt that was. I love Oro Mensah, and I have since NXT UK when he was in a tag team with, Ashton Smith? Or was he Ashton Smith? It was Oliver Carter and Ashton Smith, but that's besides the point. Now we're getting, so Oro Mensah brawled with Ethan Page. They're gone, right? They're gone. And in this match, you got another appearance by Brooks Jensen, who, if you don't know, is doing this whole story where he's kind of been released, but not really. Like, it's acting like he's been released, and he's been invading NXT every week. Like, last week, you saw him get arrested in the backstage, or in the back of an Eddie Thorpe promo in the parking lot. This week, he comes out during this main event, right? I don't know what he's doing, but security's just trying to get him out of there. As they're getting him out of there, Trick and Shawn Spears kind of brawl to the outside. Trick does a little dive to the outside onto Spears, and they get back up, right? As Jensen's trying to, claw himself away from security, he hits that thing that's on top of the announce desk, like the big thing that says NXT, like the cardboard, it looks cardboard kind of. And that just whacks Trick Williams in the face. That causes Shawn Spears to take advantage, put him back in the ring, and hits the C4 into the corner. It kind of looked brutal. It into the corner looks much more deadlier than just doing it normally. So that was sick. And Shawn Spears won. Shawn Spears won. That was crazy. It's even more crazy how, didn't he also beat Javon Evans? Or did Evans win that? I don't remember. I think Spears won, didn't he? Because he won with the C4. Yeah, Spears won that. So, Spears beat the number one contender, and Trick. They didn't even address that Spears beat Evans, because I guess Spears was eliminated by Evans in the Battle Royal. I guess that was the whole kind of cliche thing there. But either way, you go backstage, you see Ava talking to Robert Stone and Stevie Turner, who are also now having their own little mini feud, trying to see who gets on Ava's good side more. But Ava said how they're going to do a Fatal 4-Way. And I think this match is going to be great. I cannot wait. I think Trick's going to retain, but it's going to be a great match. Dang, we're losing time already here, but it doesn't matter. Okay. That's going to be a great match, and I'm so excited. But as I said, there was a lot that happened on this show. It looks like we also might get JC Jane and Fallon Henley and Jasmine Nix just beating up Carmen Petrovic. That's what I feel like is going to happen. Petrovic lost a match to Roxanne Perez, and then you can see her kind of... Well, you see Jane, Nix, and Henley talking backstage. They're still talking about how, these women are getting opportunities that they should be getting, mainly referring to Jane and Henley as they've been there forever. And Petrovic kind of walks behind them, just, looking beat up or whatever. And then Henley just goes, "Another person who doesn't deserve an opportunity." And Jane goes, "Sounds like we should do something about it." And Henley agrees. So I can only assume they're about to beat the hell out of Carmen Petrovic. But going back to that, we also got the Roxanne Perez and the Vice stuff, because Perez fought Petrovic. Perez won, and then afterwards, Vice was on commentary the whole time. That's important. Vice came into the ring. Perez just dropped her, or tried to drop her, and then that's when Perez took advantage, hit her with the 305 move, whatever it's called, and that's when Vice just walked out with her title. And then Vice gave it to Ava, and Perez had a funny moment where she was like, "Really, Ava, taking my title?" And obviously it was Vice. But anyway, we're getting Lola Vice versus Roxanne Perez confirmed for Heatwave, and that's, again, another exciting story. I feel like all these things I just named have been cool. I don't know what they're going to do with this little NXT Women's OG team, though, of Henley and Jane. I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to go. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with that, but I'm interested. And then the men's match is obviously interesting, that Fatal 4-Way. That's going to be so great. I'm so invested. Perez and Vice, I think, is going to be a show stealer, though. I feel like they've built this very well, even if it has only been built upon 3 weeks. I think it has been built very well, and I think they've really established Vice as this kind of contender. Moving on, Axiom and Frazier, there seems to be some more beef, because, Axiom comes out as this supporting, great tag team partner of Frazier's, being like, "Oh my gosh, I got your back. You know what? My mind switched up. I'm now with you on this Heritage Cup match." It was a great Heritage Cup match, probably one of the better ones. Frazier did end up losing after Tony D hit a belly to back off the top, and then, wait, no, that's a Tavion Heights match. No, yeah, that's what happened. He hit a belly to back off the top, and I think he hit the spine buster for the win. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So that was cool for Tony D. But, lost my train of thought. But Frazier, looking beat up in the locker room after, Axiom was like, "You know what? You put up a good fight. I thought you had it, but at least we can focus on our tag titles now." And that's when Frazier said, "We will, but first I have to focus on WWE speed." God, I don't want them to split up Axiom and Frazier unless Axiom and Frazier actually do something. Like, you look back when Axiom was a singles guy, all they did was book him against Scripps and OTM. Like, what the heck was that? And he lost to Dabakato once. When he was in NXT UK as a kid, he was actually getting a run of some sorts. So that's annoying for me, because I'm a big Axiom fan. Frazier, I have confidence Frazier will get some sort of push no matter what. My concern is Axiom. So there's that. But speaking of the tag champs, they also have a match with Chase U, which I don't know if I really rocked with his tag team turmoil match. Let me find it. So you had Blade and Nofe. They lost to the New Catch Republic. And then the New Catch Republic beat Legado, and then they also beat Gallows and Anderson. Apollo did interfere in that New Catch Republic, in the Legado match, though. So that's building that story, at least. But then, OTM kind of laughed at Gallows and Anderson. Gallows and Anderson dropped them backstage, and we're getting Michin versus Jada Parker in a street fight next week. That's going to be insane. I'm so excited for that. I don't know if it's next week or Heatwave, but we're getting that match, and I am so excited, because that's going to be amazing. Anyway, Chase U was the last team, and they beat the New Catch Republic. My problem with this is I feel like we always talk about how the NXT roster has a lot of tag teams. Everyone in this match was a main roster tag team except Blade and Nofe and Chase U. What? I am still happy, though, they are building up this Ridge Holland storyline more, because they did focus on how Ridge, interfered in that match last week. But this week, he took a shot from Mr. Chase, as I think it was Bate went to dive to the outside and Ridge got in the way. And he kind of took out Ridge, but also took out Bate in the process. Anyway, then backstage, Hudson's talking with Ridge, and Hudson actually gets a delivery saying, "Here are photos from your match last week," which is the one where Ridge supposedly helped him win. But Ridge was like, "Let it go. You won." And that's when the rest of Chase U pulls up and Ridge takes the envelope, so we never really get a conclusion on that. So I do wonder where this is going, because if you look at Heatwave, right, you're getting Chase U versus Axiom and Frazier. It's a question of, is Ridge going to turn on Chase U maybe? Or Duke Hudson and Ridge going to get in more of a fight, something like that? Or is Axiom going to turn on Frazier? Or I think maybe Frazier might be too beat up from all the other things he's focusing on to save Axiom from getting pinned. Something like that, maybe? I don't know. That's another thing where I'm very curious as to where it's going to go. I feel like there's so much going on NXT where there's so much questions, Wes Lee also finally confirmed his number one contendership, even though I feel like it was already confirmed in that match against Joe Coffey was kind of a waste. Speaking of, I feel so bad because I don't remember their last names. I just call them Tyson and Tyrone. They attacked Gallus last week. Where were they this week? I assumed what was going to happen was Gallus was going to try and get involved in this match, and then Tyson and Tyrone would interfere. But that didn't happen. Wesley just won. After, like, he kind of took out Gallus himself, kind of, but not really. Like, I assumed something big was going to happen here and get Tyson and Tyrone on more of a prominent stage, but that didn't happen, so that was kind of disappointing, I won't lie. But, I don't know, it still is what it is, because Gallus wasn't really that involved in the storyline anyway. I'm out of time. But one more quick storyline I want to address that I also thought is really good is the no quarter catch crew stuff. Because Tavion Heights beat Damon Kemp to join the no quarter catch crew. Cool. I mean, the match was kind of strange, I won't lie. Tavion Heights' finisher, though, I do kind of rock with. So what happened was Tavion did hit a belly to back, but it was more of like he threw him over. But then, as Damon Kemp's standing in the ring, Tavion bounces off the ropes, and it's kind of like a reverse winds of change. I feel like there's another name for that, though. You know the winds of change that Corbin would do? Or that Barrett would do? Or was it Corbin? They both did it, I think. No, it's Corbin. What'd Barrett do? I feel like Barrett did it too. It was mainly Corbin who I'm thinking of. Anyway, but it's kind of like a reverse version because Tavion bounces off the ropes into Kemp and then picks him up and does like another belly to back sort of move, but kind of holds him tighter. I don't really know how to explain it well, but I'm really rocking with this. Now the no quarter catch crew has more numbers and it seems to be more animosity. Maybe they'll kick Kemp out, maybe not. I don't know. I guess one more thing before I end this. No Eddie Thorpe. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, I'm the biggest Eddie Thorpe fan ever. I love Eddie Thorpe. He's my man. Like, it's not like that. But it's like, I feel like they've been trying to build this guy back up, and we're not getting him. You know? He didn't have a good performance in that Battle Royal, and now this week he wasn't on TV. What are we doing? And 2 weeks ago, he beat someone in, like, 2 seconds. Like, come on. Was it Big Body Javi? I don't remember. But it's, what are we doing here? You know? What are we doing? And finally, Wendy Chu is facing Carly Bray, I think. Oh, and Izzy Dame is trying to draw tension between Brindley Reese and a No Fan Blade. I think that's everything. We're at 12 minutes. Anyway, thank you all for watching this. If you did, tell me what I can do better, please. Like, share, subscribe, all that. And I'll see you all next time. Peace.